Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm talking about playing slide, and do you need to play in open tuning? Dr. Guitar. Welcome to the show, but first of all, let me thank my dear patrons for supporting the show. And if you want to become a patron yourself, you just go to the link, follow the steps, and it will be super easy. You'll be getting early access to episodes, a free video lesson every week, and a free backing track every month. And of course, my huge thank you. I'm also teaching via Skype, so if you're interested in guitar lessons or vocal lessons with me, just hit me an email or a direct message via Instagram or Facebook, and we'll deal it from there. Do you really need to play in open tuning? No, you don't. So what is a slide? Well, a slide is kind of something like tubular. It came from medicine jar or from bottlenecks, and people use it to get infinite pitch options, because when you play a normal guitar, you're strict to the half step of each fret. But when you play with a slide, you can play. So you have all the in-between notes with no names. It's very vocal, it's great for expression. One of my favorite slide players is Derek Trucks for sure. He's unbelievable. How do you play a slide? Easy. You have your strings, instead of fretting it down, so you're not pressing the string against the fret, you're just touching the string, and now your slide becomes your virtual fret. That's why you can get any length of pitch in your guitar. So you're basically, the string is vibrating from this point here to the slide. So you can do. I would advise you to start playing with a slide on your pinky finger, because then it frees up all your other fingers, so you can play something like. It's great for that. Then you just have to use it like that. Simple. Now, usual question, do I need to play open tuning? Open tuning makes it easy to play chords and harmony, because you have all the strings available to play chords. With a slide, you're playing in a.
I said when I got there, she laying on a cooling board. You know.
But if you play like this with a slide, and if you play it just for melody, you don't need to play the harmony, you can easily go with standard tuning, and this is what I just did in the beginning of the show. So I'm using the DL4 as a loop section, using a little of the Super Tram by Fulltone and the Surfy Bear reverb to give it this ambience, just to show you that you really can play slide with a normal tuning. The great thing about it is that you already know the pattern. So if you have your pentatonic, you still have that available. And the great thing about playing behind the slide is that you can play this kind of licks way easier if you play just the front note with a slide and then the back note with the finger. So this is just a simple example of how playing slide in regular tuning, playing with your pinky and mainly playing also with your fingers, because you can add a lot of texture, like just grabbing some notes like the root note. Let me take off the tremolo. Then you can use the fingers too. I've always played in my third finger. I only started playing with the pinky during the pandemic because I thought, let me just try it because it feels way more obvious, way more, well, it's not obvious, but it's way more useful. And 2 years later, it's very, very instinctive. I only play with the pinky now. So a few tricks with playing in standard tuning with slide. You have two ways of playing more than one string. We have from the E-shaped chord, we have the bottom two strings. So you can play on top of G, you can play that. You can also play the flat third and the flat 7, because the flat third will be sharp 9, so on top of a G dominant chord it will work. Okay, and then you have your A chord, A-shaped chord, where you have three barred strings that you can play with your slide. So here it is. Then you can also play behind a slide, so playing that bar, and with your one finger playing a whole step behind on the G string. Okay, so we have those two spots in the blues, for example, where we have 1, 4, 5. We have the those two options from the E-shaped chord, and then from the A-shaped chord we have C major and D. we can play a whole blues like that. And that's very simple, very effective. You just have to practice a little of your slide playing. And yes, you can play with standard tuning. I play a lot like that before I learned to play in open tuning, because I learned the skills of playing slide and just muting the strings and be able to play single notes. And about that slide technique, I did a video a while ago about slide technique, so I won't go deep into that. If you want to go and watch that video, I teach you how you can mute the strings. This is just to focus on, yes, you can play in standard tuning, or at least in standard relationship, because you can play like one step down, but it's also standard tuning. So you have your chords, you're able to play stuff like all the chords. You see me record a loop with the slide in my hand, so I don't even have to take the slide off. So now I use it, for example, to play the blues. I use it to play the lick if I want to play something like... Well, that's it, my friends. I hope this has been helpful to you. Please subscribe, click the bell notification, leave the thumbs up. It helps the channel. But thank you for being here, and I would really love to hear your comments about this video. See you next week. Bye-bye.